Public schools were established by our founding fathers and have served as the foundation of our democracy since that time. Despite all the criticism directed at them, there is little doubt that America's public schools are performing better than at any time in the history of our nation. We are educating more students than ever before, with stronger educational standards and better outcomes. Consider these facts. More students are graduating from high school. More students are attending college, and more students are receiving college degrees. The high school dropout rate in Missouri has fallen significantly in the last 20 years. Student ACT scores have improved during that time and are above the national average. High school graduation requirements have increased both in the number of credits and in coursework difficulty. Students are required to take more rigorous classes as well as state-mandated end-of-course exams. We may be the only country in the world attempting to educate all of our children through the public schools. Our public schools welcome and teach all students, including gifted, autistic, physically and mentally impaired, and children immersed in other languages. Although Missouri public schools have been improving their performance in recent decades, they are now faced with a funding crisis that threatens to roll back those gains. In 2010, 8 of 10 Missouri school districts made cuts to their classroom staffs, resulting in 2,500 fewer teachers for Missouri kids. In 2011, Missouri's average teacher salary was $10,000 less than the national average. Missouri is also near the bottom in the percentage of public school funding provided by the state. The state of Missouri provides less than 31% of K-12 funding, while the national funding average for states is over 45%. Missouri General Assembly hasn't fully funded the state foundation formula for the public schools for the past 4 years. And this year, the foundation formula is underfunded by $460 million. During the past 4 years, in addition to not fully funding the foundation formula, the state has made major cuts to important public school programs, including Parents as Teachers, professional development, and student transportation. Higher education funding has withstood an even greater percentage of state cuts. As a result, tuition costs have nearly doubled in the past decade. Over the past several years, the Missouri General Assembly has cut the amount of available state revenue by authorizing controversial tax credits and eliminating the franchise tax paid for many years by Missouri businesses. The resulting funding shortages have made it extremely difficult to maintain high-quality education programs, and the funding reductions have damaged or eliminated a number of worthwhile programs. Despite a Missouri constitutional mandate to make public school funding a top priority, the funding of private schools and charter schools, underwriting tax credits, and diverting public dollars for tax abatements have made the funding of the public schools a low priority for the state legislature. What conclusions can we draw from these facts? We can conclude there is an agenda to weaken the public schools and to promote the funding of private schools. We can conclude that the underfunding of Missouri public schools is resulting in fewer teachers, larger class sizes, rapid increases in college tuition. We can also conclude there is less time for individualized student instruction and less time for teacher training. We can also conclude that funding shortages are making it very hard to recruit the brightest and best students to the teaching profession, and to keep current teachers from leaving the public schools. If this underfunding continues, it will force a number of smaller school districts and even larger ones without strong financial reserves to consider consolidation. If the present trends continue, the effort to maintain the high-quality education that Missouri students need will not be successful. It is time for public school educators and everyone who is a supporter of the public schools to unite and stand up for public education. we ask you to join Missouri Public School Advocates by going to our website and becoming a member. Now is the time to stand up for the public schools. Our democracy depends on it.